So for the first one, it says that it is a rhombus. And so one of the things we need to know about a rhombus is all of your angles in the middle are 90. So all those angles in the middle are 90. Sorry, I got it on the projector now. Okay, so for a rhombus, all your angles in the middle are 90. So the equation we're going to set up is 8x minus 6 equals 90. So you can put that little square in there to help you remember. We're going to do 8x minus 6 equals 90. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go to the calculator. Hopefully my computer will be like working pretty quickly tonight. Yes, it is. All right, so I'm going to put in 8x minus 6, and then I'm going to put in y equals 90. And I'm going to zoom out until I get up to 90. There it is. And our answer is 12. Or actually, is it 12? Did it ask for x or did it ask for something else? Sometimes you have to plug it back in. Yeah, 12. Okay, so find x. We found x. We're finished. All right, now this one says find the perimeter. The perimeter is if you add up the whole way around. Okay. For a rhombus, all the sides are congruent, so that's good. It says AC is 10. All right, so look, from A to C, this whole distance is 10. So I know this is 5 and this is 5. If the whole distance is 10, I split it in half, they're each 5. Now it's going to be the same the other way. It says BD is 24. So if the whole distance is 24, I know this is 12 and this is 12. Can we please close the computers and pay attention? Your test is next time. Okay. Now, again, I know that my angles in the middle are 90. So what I want us to try and focus on is just this right triangle. And we're going to set up our Pythagorean theorem. I'm going to call that x. And we're going to do 5 squared plus 12 squared equals x squared. So I took what they told me. I broke the 10 in half. I broke the 24 in half. And now I'm going to do this in my calculator. And try to focus, all right? So we're going to have 5 squared plus 12 squared equals x squared. Just typed it in exactly like it looks. I'm going to click right here, and I got 13. So what that means is the side is 13, but since it's a rhombus, they are all 13. So all 4 sides are 13. Now it asks for the perimeter, so how would I get that? If all the sides are 13, what am I going to do? Yeah, add them all up. Now, how many are there? 4. So the faster way to do that, instead of, now it's not wrong to add them all up, but instead of 13 plus 13 plus 13 plus 13, I can do 13 times 4, which is just a little quicker. So 52 is our perimeter. But you could do 13 plus 13. You could add them all up. That's what a perimeter is. So it's just kind of faster to do times 4. All right. In this rectangle, the slope of A to B, so from here to here, is negative 1/7. It goes down 1 over 7. What is the slope of AD? Well, for a rectangle, they meet at a right angle, and that means the slopes are perpendicular. Just real quick, let me review what perpendicular slope is. You all passed Algebra 1, but it's been a while since we talked about it, so I'm just going to do a little side example. For example, if you have 2/3, your perpendicular slope would be negative 3/2. You change the sign and you flip it over. All right, that's how you do perpendicular. You change the sign and you flip it over. So if this is negative, our answer is going to be positive, and you would just flip it over and it would be 7 over 1. Positive 7 over 1. Now 7 over 1 is just 7. So your answer is just 7. But perpendicular, you change the sign and you flip it over. All right, ways to prove that a quadrilateral is a rectangle. You know what a rectangle is, so just envision a rectangle, and we're going to write all the things we know about a rectangle. Your opposite sides are parallel. So the sides opposite each other are parallel. They run along next to each other and don't touch. your opposite sides are congruent, which means the same. So for a rectangle, the ones across from each other are the same. And then what else do you know about a rectangle? Yeah, all of your angles are 90 degrees. I don't understand why that's saying no signal right now. I figured that would go away. But... It says isosceles trapezoid. Isosceles means that these two sides are congruent or the same. It says the perimeter is 31. So if you add up everything along the outside, you're going to get 31. So I'm going to call this X and I'm going to call this X because they're the same. It said isosceles, so they're the same. And we're going to add up everything around the outside. So it would be X plus 6 plus X plus 11, good, equals 31. I'm going to put that in the calculator. So you add up all of the outside, it said the perimeter is 31. So let me just type that in real quick. I know watching your teacher type stuff is not super fun. Your job is to make sure I don't make a mistake and to make sure that you know how to type it. So what do we have? X plus 6 plus X plus, what was it, 11? Cool, and then Y equals 31. I'm going to click on the intersection, and I got 7. Cool. All right, so that means this side is 7, and this side is also 7. Now, the other thing it wants is all of the angles. Since the two sides are congruent, if this is 109, angle B is also 109. And then to get the 2 at the bottom, you're just going to subtract 109 from 180. If you do 180, if you forget what to do in geometry, do something with a 180. That's the takeaway, right? 180 minus 79 is going to be 71. So angle D is 71 and angle C is 71. And let me see who remembers, because I know we had a weekend in there. If you add up all 4 of these angles, what should the total be? 360. So you can do that to check your work. Total should be 360. Cool. Hanging in there. Doing good. All right, we're going to put a dot on here. On your computer, you're just going to click on it so that this ends up being a square. Okay? So we're going to, what do you know about a square? All the sides are what? The same. All the sides are congruent. So we're just going to kind of count how far apart these are from each other. Can you tell that it would be about here? Like just using common sense. Okay, so let's just count from here to there. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you see how I counted diagonally 5 spaces? Or up 5 over 5, I guess you could. And then let's make sure this one's the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, do you see that, how it's 5? So let's just count 5 this way and get our point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where our point is going to be. If you want it as a coordinate, it is, geez, what is that? It's a little small for me. 6, 2. So you're just putting a point on there so that this ends up being a square. Just use your common sense. You know what a square is. All right, isosceles trapezoid. That's the one that we just looked at in number 5. All right, so you have 2 sides congruent. So those 2 sides opposite are congruent. That's what isosceles means. You have 2 sides parallel. The top and the bottom were parallel. And then the base angles were the same. So those angles, remember we had the 109 and the 109 and then the 71 and the 71. Your base angles are congruent. All right, here we have a parallelogram. I have the two sides that are on the same side. You see how they're on the same side here? Same side means supplementary. That means they add up to, what number did I tell you to use if you get stuck? 180. Good. We're going to add them to be 180. 117 plus 4x minus 2 equals 180. And I'm going to just throw that in the calculator. Let me change this to a 180. And then we're going to add all that up. 117 plus 4x minus 2. I need to zoom out until I get to 180. Let's try to focus. This is the only thing we're doing today. All right, click on the intersection, and I got, what is it? 16.25. Is that it? Did it ask for anything besides x? Do I have to like plug that back in? Yeah, it just says find x, so that's it. All right, number 9. It says that this is a square. What do you know about a square? Just from being alive 15 years. All the sides are the same. All the sides are the same. So if these are congruent, we're going to set them equal. 3x plus 12 equals 4x plus 7. Just set them equal. For the sake of not boring you all to death, have I done enough in the calculator? Do you know how you would type this? You would put 3x plus 12 in the first box, and you would put 4x minus 7 in the second box, and you would click the intersection. It's going to come out to be 5. Okay, just for the sake of not putting everybody to sleep. Now, did it ask for x, or does it want something else? Because I think they want something else in this one. Yeah, AB. Well, all the sides are the same. So AB is going to be the same as either one of these. Just pick one of them to plug 5 back into. I'm going to just do this one right here. It really doesn't matter. You would do 3 times 5 and then plus 12. Again, could you put that in your calculator? Can you please close the computer? Pretty please. Thanks. So if you type that in, what is that? 15 plus 12 is going to be 27. All right, so for square, all the sides are the same, so it doesn't matter which one you plug back into. I'm going to just keep going so we can be finished. All right. For the rectangle shown, all right, what do you know about the corners of a rectangle? What are they all worth? All the corners are how many degrees? 90. These are all 90. Now, if this is 27, the one alternate to it is also 27. So then I can set up that equation. 3x equals 27. You would put 3x in the first box, y equals 27 in the second box. Again, for the sake of time, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that that's 9. Now we found x, but we also need y. If the corner is 90 and this piece of it is 27, how would I get the other side? Well, you would do 90. You do something with the 90 and 27. What do you think you're going to do with them? Yeah, subtract. 90 minus 27 is, what is that, 63? So that's y. So the corner's 90, we just subtracted. 90 minus 27 gives us the other half of that. All right, this one says it's a rectangle. That means these two sides are what? The two that are marked. If it's a rectangle, these are what? They're congruent. Good job. So we're going to set them equal. 7x plus 1 equals 43. You would put this in the first box. You would put y equals 43 in the second box. You would click the intersection, and it's going to come out to be 6. Is that what they asked for, or do we need to do something else? That's it. X is 6. All right, number 12 is exactly the same as number 8. Do you see how you have 2 angles and they're on the same side? For number 12, do you see how you have 2 angles and they're on the same side? That means we're going to add them together And it should equal what? Add them together, and it should equal 180. And I will put that one in the calculator because I can't do that one in my head. So I'm going to add them together to equal 180. It's going to be, let's see. Oh, I already have the 180 in there, so. All right, oops. 47 plus whatever it was, 2x minus 8. I'm going to click on the intersection. Please don't talk over me. I got 70.5. Hey, let's try to focus. It's the only thing I'm asking you to do, okay? Please make sure that you know how to use your calculator, okay? All right, number 13 doesn't really have like any math to it. This is more vocabulary. We're going to label each description with the correct quadrilateral. A parallelogram with 4 right angles. Okay, look. This is a parallelogram. You don't need to draw this. I'm just trying to help you visualize. That's a parallelogram, but pretend that you straightened it. So now all the angles are right angles. What shape is that? If you take a parallelogram and just make it straight, it's going to be what? A rectangle. You just took it and straightened it out. It's the exact same as this. Like usual. Sorry, what? I just can't hear you. Can you say that? No. Okay. All right. The next one. A rhombus looks like this. All the sides are congruent, but we want to straighten it out and make it have 4 right angles. So if you take a rhombus and just make it have 4 right angles, what shape do you get? It's a square. All the sides are the same. And then if you take a parallelogram, which looks like this, and make all the sides congruent, you didn't straighten it out. It's still like kind of bent. But if all the sides are the same, then you get this. What shape is this? Begins with an R. Rhombus. Good. Perfect. All right, almost done. And then I can stop using my voice here. All right, 14. It says it is a rectangle. AB is 16 and BC is 10. Hold on 1 second. Let me get the phone. Okay, so I filled that in. This side is 16. This side is 10. We want the length of BD. Okay, so look. BD is this one, but BD would be equal to AC. Do you see how that's the same thing? Okay, so we're going to look at this triangle right here, and we're going to do our Pythagorean theorem. So it's going to be 16 squared plus what? 10 squared, good, equals x squared. And whatever we get, that's our answer. I do not know what that is off the top of my head, so I'm going to have to type it in the calculator. All right, so let's see. 16 squared plus 10 squared equals x squared. I feel like this test is not that bad. Do you guys think this one's going to go okay? I think you did on the quiz. Let's see. 18. Okay, that would round up. 18.9. So 18.9 is what we got for that one. All right, these are all true and false. And because I'm going to let you use this on your test, it'd be good if you had your little flow chart over here. So this is going to be like a tiny little bit of writing, but you can handle it, all right? As long as you're not talking over me, you do what you need to do, all right? So parallelogram splits into rhombus and rectangle. So for example, if the statement says, all rectangles are parallelograms, that would be true. Do you see how that is lower down on the flow chart? If it says all rectangles are parallelograms, that would be true. If it says all rhombuses are parallelograms, that would be true. And then these two merge to give you squared. So all the things lower down are what is above them. So like all squares are rectangles, all squares are rhombuses, all rectangles are parallelograms. Anyway, let's read the choices here, or like all of our questions, and say true or false. All rectangles are parallelograms. So are all rectangles parallelograms? True. Cool. All rhombuses are rectangles. Is rhombuses below rectangles on the thing? No, false. Good job. All rhombuses are parallelograms. True. Cool. All squares are rhombuses. Wait, squares are rhombuses. True. It's below on the flow chart. And then all rectangles are squares. Well, no, that goes the wrong way. False. And then your last two are your review questions. It says which two variables would be congruent to show that the lines are parallel. And in this example, there's two possible answers on your test. There's only going to be one. But you could say that x is congruent to z. So x and z, those are called corresponding. They're in the same place. And you can also say y is congruent to z. Those are alternate interior. They alternate and they're between the two lines. Again, on your test, there's only going to be like one option as an answer. All right, last one. When you have the angle that's on the outside of your triangle, this is exterior, you add the two that are inside, so 48 plus 31, and that's going to equal the one that's on the outside. So what would that be? Oh, good job. And so what you're going to do is put 4x plus 1 in the first box of your calculator, y equals 79 in the second box of your calculator. So everybody just sit tight while I do that, and that'll be our last one. Where's my cursor? Don't stop listening to me yet. You got to know how to type this. On the test, if you can't type them in, you're not going to be able to get your answers. Right? So 4x plus 7, and then this is y equals 79. And our answer is, let's see, 18. What I got for that.